All right, good morning YouTube. It's Nick with NK Landscaping yet again as usual. Boy, do we have a fun one for you today. So today is Tuesday. Yesterday it poured all day, which put a slight damper in what is supposed to be going on here. So we were supposed to start Tivoli yesterday on Monday. This is gonna be like the phase 3 for Tivoli. So yesterday we were supposed to take the excavator and the mule, which isn't up here, take that up, and then the Harley rake showed up for the skid steer. That was supposed to go up today along with the brush cutter for the skid steer. Now that is too much equipment to haul at once on the gooseneck with one truck. It just can't happen because we need everything up there, and we have this Harley rake rented, so we got to use it. It's only got a 2-day rental on it, and this is the time of year where everybody wants to rent them. So the dilemma at hand is, how do we get all this equipment up there in one shot? So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna hook up to the gooseneck. We are gonna take the excavator and the skid steer like we would to a job normally. Kurt's gonna take the Chevy with the dump trailer. I'm gonna load the brush cutter and the Harley rake into that trailer, plus any other assorted attachments. You know, we're gonna need the Rotostar and all sorts of buckets and things. So we're gonna get rearranged here. That's gonna take a few minutes. It is super wet, but that makes some of what we're doing up in Tivoli easier. So give me a few minutes, rearrange, and I'll check back in with you. All right, I want to show you something really cool. So if you don't already, where'd he go? He's like a disappearing magician. So if you don't already follow NK Garage, we picked this up the other day.
Not this.
Not this, no. We picked up something else. So Kurt has a whole video about the tool haul we picked up. So go watch that first. But at a tag sale, or not a tag sale, a tool sale, it wasn't even shown in the pictures. This is a McNaught Maxi Lube 35-pound grease gun, pneumatically operated. These things sell for like $800 new. I've never even thought about looking into one because I figured they were pretty expensive. Andrew Camarada has one, a much bigger one, and I've always thought that that's awesome. So we picked it up, came with grease, and now we have an on-site greasing machine. It's way cheaper to buy grease in a 5-gallon bucket than it is by the tube. So whenever the machines are in the yard, we can now grease them with this thing. You just hook it up to a little compressor, and Fitz is going around getting the Bobcat all greased. So that's really nice. That's an awesome purchase. Complete and total change of plans. We went to load the brush cutter into the dump trailer, and it is like the same width as the dump trailer, and when I went to set it down, it hit on our D-rings. Just wasn't going to be a pretty sight. And then to top that off, the Harley rake is just way too wide for the dump trailer. Like, not even close. You're 8 inches wider than the trailer. So here's the setup. This is the whole skid steer setup. So we got brush cutter, pallet forks, bucket, and Harley rake. We're just gonna change up the way we're gonna attack things at Tivoli today. So it'll all be skid steer work today, and tomorrow we'll bring up the excavator and the mule with all the attachments needed. So just adapt and overcome, I guess. We'll make it happen. So we'll see you up in Tivoli. We're back. So we'll get this unloaded, get all the tools off here, get the truck parked, and then I can give you a kind of in-depth walk around of what we're going to be doing for the week. I'm going to probably break this video up into 2 to 3 parts. So this is going to be part 1, the start of the job, and the brush cutting and cleanup phase. So let's get unloaded here. All right, so like I said, there's multiple phases to this part of the project. I'm gonna start with some brush clearing. So up behind the garage, there's a section, you can't see it now, I'll bring you back there because that's where I'm gonna start, that we're clearing, and then we're gonna Harley rake to get ready to plant wildflowers. So they want a nice wildflower kind of pasture up there. That'll look really nice. Secondly, this section right here is going to get torn out. We originally wanted to do it with the excavator. It's not here yet. So this, from the back of the barberry through here, is going to get converted back to grass. So that's what some of this topsoil is for here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to brush cut here because there's so much going on. We'll see, but I'm gonna start in the back because nobody's back there and I can let this thing rip. So let's get back there, I'll set you up and we'll get some cool video. So the area in question is kind of everything to the main forest line there. So we're gonna come along all of this and get this all brush cut down. I believe we're starting kind of even with this power box where it gets thick here again. So I'm gonna come through, open this all up around these trees, get that all cut down nice and good. It's not super thick. As we get up in here it gets a little thicker, but it's mainly grass, not a whole lot of trees. But you can see right about there. So we're gonna come in and do like a big loop up to the forest. We're gonna leave the trees like this, leave all these trees, but where all this grass is, we're gonna turn into a nice wildflower kind of meadow. Back to like that big tree and over towards that tent. So this, not a huge area. I'm gonna get that cut down with the brush cutter first, then we'll come through here and Harley rake out all of the leftover material so we can get a good seed bed going. So hooking up the brush cutter is as easy as 1, 2, 3. We have our pressure, our return, and our case drain line. The smallest of those three, this one is the case drain line. Wipe off your fittings, it's good practice. Just like that, we're hooked up. Alright, so I did a full second pass with the brush cutter there. We're looking really good. I talked to Kurt. We're just going to go ahead and Harley rake this whole area. So the client is going to be doing their own wildflower seeding. So we're going to get all this cleaned up. And I'm going to basically windrow everything to my left to the edge of the woods there. So I could just take the bucket later and push it into the woods. So let's see how well the Harley rake tackles. I mean, it's still thick grass. It's just now it's not super tall to get tangled up in this thing. So let's see how we do and get her done. Alright, so I've gotten a pretty good like once over on this area. Still got to do a bit more down in the trees there. Working through the trees is always tricky. Not a whole lot you can do to get up to the trees because you start digging into the roots. But a couple little areas that need to get done. The debris piles aren't looking too bad. I really don't have as much as I thought I was gonna. Harley Rake does a pretty good job of separating the dirt from the grass. There's not a whole lot of dirt in this grass, and especially with being how wet it is. Like I said, it basically all yesterday rained non-stop, so it's pretty nasty wet, but it's coming out good. Harley Rake's working good. You know, the rentals are always, you never know what you're gonna get, but this one seems to be a good one. I'm gonna go through here. Like I said, I gotta clean up around the trees, and then I'm gonna do one more pass to push everything over, and then this should be a really good seed bed for wildflower. So let me get back to it. Kurt is over there. I guess he's weeding out down the section right below that. So it's getting pretty close to time to leave, so I probably got another hour in here. So let me get to it. Well, we're back home. I didn't get a whole lot of extra footage. I kind of finished Harley raking, and then Kurt was like, we gotta go. We have 2 meetings tonight, so film some more tomorrow. The excavator will be going up with the mule. Kurt won't be with us tomorrow. He's got to take his cat to New Jersey. He's had, what do we got here?
Dead mole.
Oh, a dead mole. Huh. He's got to take his cat to New Jersey. Ever since his cat was a little baby, he's had problems with his throat, so he's got to get checked out for possible surgery. So the specialist for that is in New Jersey. But yeah, me and Fitz will be back in full force tomorrow, so I'll check in with you then.